Sylvester Stallone was treated as a joke, seen as limited and disposable by critics for decades. Labeled as a brute, he became a constant target of mockery while building one of the most profitable and enduring careers in film history. But this story goes far beyond Rocky and Rambo. In this video, you'll understand how Hollywood was wrong to underestimate Stallone, how he survived rock bottom, wrote his own destiny, and came back decades later to be applauded by the very industry that tried to erase him. Here, we talk about failure, ego, criticism, symbolic revenge, and late redemption. A journey marked by public downfalls, worst actor awards, risky decisions, and an almost stubborn perseverance. This is not a blind tribute. It's an honest portrait of an artist who took a lot of hits, made a lot of mistakes, but never stopped moving forward. If you like real stories, unromanticized cinema, and sharp analyses of Hollywood, this video is for you. Watch until the end and join the conversation in the comments. The man Hollywood tried to destroy. They laughed at him. They pointed fingers. They called him dumb, limited, over the top, a mistake of the industry. The critics decided that Sylvester Stallone was just a pumped-up body with a weird way of speaking, a disposable hero, a fluke that only succeeded by chance. Meanwhile, that same man was writing stories that changed cinema, creating characters that spanned generations, and returning, decades later, to be applauded by the very industry that tried to bury him alive. Today, you'll understand why Stallone was never the problem. The problem was always Hollywood. Buckle up because this isn't just a filmography. It's a slow-motion revenge story, Hollywood's original mistake. Hollywood loves labels, and when it found Stallone it made up its mind far too quickly. Crooked face, slurred speech, exaggerated body, brute. That was the stamp. And once you're stamped, no matter what you do, no one sees past the label. But before he was a star, Stallone was invisible. An extra in films that would become classics. A face lost in the background of the frame. A nobody who would blink and disappear from the scene. He wasn't stupid. He was ignored. While promising actors were being polished, Stallone was discarded before he even had a chance to try. And when you're not given space to speak, you either accept the silence or write your own voice. He chose the second option. When rock bottom stares back at you, there's a false romanticism in going through hard times. But sleeping in a bus terminal has nothing poetic about it. Stallone ended up there with no money, no home, no future. The choice wasn't between success and failure. It was between surviving or disappearing. And this is where the part of the story Hollywood prefers to pretend doesn't exist begins. A role in an adult film, little money, a lot of desperation. It wasn't glamour, it was necessity. But while many would have given up after that, Stallone did the opposite. He wrote as if he were bleeding. He wrote as someone with no plan B. He wrote a character who carried everything he was. Defeated, underestimated, invisible, but still standing. The no that changed Hollywood. When Stallone brought in the script, the producers loved it and made the classic offer. We'll buy the script, but you won't be the lead. This is the moment when almost everyone accepts, because accepting is comfortable. Refusing comes at a high price. He had just over $100, a pregnant wife, and no guarantees. Even so, he said no. Not out of ego but out of identity. Rocky was him. Taking that away would turn the story into just another empty product. The final deal was humiliating in numbers and historic in impact. Rocky didn't just win in the ring. He humiliated Hollywood's logic. A cheap movie, a discredited actor, and a simple story about dignity. The result? An Oscar, acclaim, and a new cultural myth. The industry pretended it had always believed in him. Lied. From artist to target, success didn't bring respect, it brought surveillance. Stallone dared to do something unforgivable, to keep creating, directing, writing, controlling his own image, and Hollywood hates that. When he became the face of action movies in the 80s, the critics decided to punish him. Every explosion became a reason for mockery. Every box office hit, an accident. While other stars became icons, Stallone became a joke. Worst actor awards. Entire decades being treated as a historical mistake. But here is the cruel irony. No one sustains a failed career for 40 years. The public never abandoned Stallone. It was the cultural elite who abandoned him. Redemption that didn't ask for permission when everyone expected the end. He came back older, slower, more human. Rocky returned, not to win, but to bring closure. Then came Creed. There, Stallone did what few can. He passed the torch without disappearing. Without shouting, without inflating his ego, without trying to steal the spotlight. And Hollywood,